Well, good morning, y'all, and welcome to the Bears Den. So, I've been down here this morning recording. It's a project I'm doing with a couple of friends of mine. So, we're working on putting together a jazz trio and to do gypsy music, which is some of my favorite stuff. So, we're going to book a bunch of jobs and go out and just play some shows randomly here and there, playing gypsy jazz, and that's some of my favorite stuff. I grew up on Stephane Grappelli, listening to him play all through my teenage years for sure. And I listened to him up until I discovered John Coltrane and Miles Davis, and then I kind of made a shift a different direction. But I was thinking this morning about some fun old tunes, like and by the way, this violin is playing better than ever since my buddy Larry fixed it for me. So that song, I Remember April, the melody. That's a good tune. So. That's a cool old tune. Of course, I'm having fun and really overplaying it. I think originally it was a ballad, wasn't it? Like a. I don't remember. I actually should probably go back and find that. A lot of these great old songs were actually originally like Broadway musical melodies. Well, like that one song that I really love to play. There's an old tune. It's called "The Days of Wine and Roses." It was a big hit for Andy Williams, but a lot of folks don't know that it was the title track to a movie starring Jack Lemmon and some girl who I don't remember who she was. And such a beautiful song. So it was originally a ballad, and a lot of the jazz guys picked it up because it's got such a beautiful melody and really nice chord changes, and we put a little bit of swing in it to. of fun to play. So I like to take those songs and go back and just have a little fun, experiment with them. And one of the funny things, I had mentioned it in the video once before, that a lot of your classical violin techniques will easily translate over into jazz and into country, bluegrass, and everything else. There's a lick, if you want to call it a lick. It's in the Mendelssohn Concerto. It's a kind of a version of that. It's just a chromatic thing. It's really weird because the first part's straight chromatic. The second part is got a whole step here, then chromatic. And here, straight chromatic again. Got the whole step there again. So you got like that. So it's kind of pretty cool. So that's in the Mendelssohn Concerto, a version of that. And so I stole it from Mendelssohn and I use it in bluegrass and everything else. It's kind of fun. And then if you'll remember, if you're a fan of some of the older fiddle players like Vassar Clements. So Vassar was, he would do things like, where you're like this D note with the third finger. He would use it with the pinky and he would chromatically use it for a chromatic blues lick. So it's easy to find if you're trying to figure it out. Just index finger for the B and just stack them together and you got your chromatic. And then reach. So you just fall off of it. So it's kind of a fun thing to do there. So I always find that the best musicians are the ones that steal ideas from everybody. One of the things I do, in fact, it's tradition with me. Every year on my birthday, which is September 23rd, and also again on New Year's Day, the first thing I play to start the year off, and also on my birthday, is The Giant Steps by John Coltrane. And I'll blow through the changes. And it's a booger. There's no doubt about that. Anyhow, it's one of the harder tunes to play over, but it's a lot of fun. And the biggest thing that's challenging on things like that is to go back and try to play them with the note scale-wise, descending down all the way, maybe a couple octaves or back up, and so I changed chords there several times and then back up. And change several more chords on the way back up. So traveling up and down as a educational tool to help you with your fingerings and ideas, and then all that kind of fun stuff. So here I am. I spent so many years teaching, it's hard for me not to start trying to teach. And although I'm just actually having fun today and goofing off, and hope everyone else is having a good time. Here in the Ozarks, the weather is beautiful. We've had a bit of rain lately. I think we've got more coming today, and I really enjoy the rainy weather. I like to sit outside and have a cup of coffee and watch the rain come down. And whenever I catch a break between recording or whatever, I'll go outside and have a little coffee. Tried to quit coffee recently, failed. It didn't go so well. I realized that love for coffee, it's not about the caffeine. I don't care about that. I love the taste of it. Coffee just tastes great to me. It's like a treat. So it's kind of hard not to take it and drink it, And whenever we're traveling a lot, you're always stopping in truck stops. And it's like, oh, gee, there's a coffee pot. And it's usually pretty good stuff. So one that I like to play. All right, well, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a good day, and get out there and do something nice today. If you see somebody that you think, hey, that guy is, he got some nice shoes on, walk up and tell him that his shoes are nice, or do something nice and friendly for somebody. If you spread a little sunshine, you'll be surprised just how much it brightens your own day. All right, y'all have a good one.